Hello, welcome to my channel Happy Learning Mathematics. So today we will be learning the lesson mass. In your textbook it will be the 20th chapter. So I'm going to begin this class by showing you something here. Okay, what is this now? It looks like a box with a digital screen on it. Can you see that? Okay, so now I'm going to place my phone maybe onto this. Okay, now it says, see, can you see? Yes, it's a weighing scale actually. You might have seen this in your mother's kitchen. She might be using it to weigh something, weigh the mass of the ingredients maybe. To make a cake, we must definitely need this thing, right? To measure the ingredients for the cake. Likewise, have you seen similar these type of instruments in any other places? Like you might have seen a lot, right? If, for example, if you go to a supermarket, they might not having something like this, but they might have a bigger scale with a tray on it to measure the vegetables. Am I right? Can you recall the experience? So in like that, to give you another example, to weigh your mass, a human's mass, what do? Can you stand on this instrument? You can't, right? So for that we do have a different kind of weighing scale. So these are called instruments to measure the mass. But in traditional method, we used something like this, where most of you must not have even noticed nowadays. Have you seen something like this, similar to this? It's called a balance scale. So what do? We do weights on this side, maybe 50 gram, 1 kilogram. We put weights on this side, and the vegetables or whatever you are buying, the object or vegetables, whatever it is, we put that on the other side, and we used to balance this scale up. So actually we cannot precisely measure the mass of the objects here. So we don't use this instrument often these days, but you need to know the idea. So they will balance the scale in order to match the weights on the scale. So if it is one side is going down and the other one comes up, the meaning is the one which is going down is heavier than the other object. So those are the instruments we use to measure the weight of the mass. So under this, now we learned about few instruments to measure mass. And the next thing we will be learning about is relationship between the units of mass. And at last you will be learn to add and subtract masses. So these are the three important topics we will be covering today. First one is already I have explained to you all. So let's move on to the second topic now. So this is your second topic, which is the relationship between units of masses. So in grade 5 you already might have learned about the units. which we use to weigh the mass is kilograms and the grams. As well as we do have milligrams here. Milligrams. So actually I would like you to search in your house maybe to find the labels indicating these three units. To show you some examples, here I do have a tea box, right? Contains tea leaves in it, tea leaves packets in it. So here, as you can see, they are mention the weight in here, weight of the tea leaves bag. So there it's indicated in grams actually. It says 100 grams. Likewise, you can take a medicine pills, behind it you might have milligrams, so tiny, so search in the file. So you can actually collect few labels where it has been indicated the mass of each item. So you can collect in all three units. So that's what I want you all to do as a homework here. Right, so let's move on to the topic again. Now here we are going to find the relationship between these two units actually. So we are not going to learn this thing now. We are going to write the relationship of the kilograms and grams. Now look here, 1 kilogram equals to 1000 grams. So this is very important. You need to remember this relationship in order to convert the units one from to the other. So anyway, it's easy to remember 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. So I'm going to show you how to convert the units now. Right. Now let's think of converting a unit from kilogram to gram. So I'm going to give you an easy method. So think if you are moving from a larger measuring unit. This is the larger kilogram. We used to measure people's weight, bigger boxes. So kilogram is the larger measuring unit. And this is the smaller measuring unit. So remember, whatever the unit is, when you are converting from a larger to a smaller unit, you will always have to multiply it with the relationship. Same way goes vice versa, the other way. If you are converting from a smaller measuring unit to a larger measuring unit, you will always have to divide by the relationship. So this will help you in all the conversions of unit, not only in mass but also in liquid measurements, in all the other lessons related to this. You can follow this method. So here, what's the relationship between kilograms and grams, which is 1000, 1000. So you need to multiply by 1000 here and divide by 1000 here. That's it. It's very simple. For example, let's say how much is 2 kilograms in grams. So now you have been asked to convert from larger unit, am I right? Larger measuring unit to smaller measuring unit. So you need to multiply it with a relationship. So into 1000. 2 into 1000 is 2000 grams. The other way, 17,000 grams, they are asking in kilograms. So what do we do here? We have been asked to convert from smaller measuring unit to larger measuring unit. No need to write this. I am writing this in order to think easily. So you can actually think and do this. No need to write it. So now you have to divide by 1000. When you divide by 1000, all zeros will be removed. So which is 17 kilograms. Now let's think in this way. Right. Now you have been asked to give this in grams, in kilograms, as well as in kilograms and grams. So what do we do here? Same thing, smaller unit to the larger unit, you have to divide by 1000. When you dividing by 1000, in your previous lesson from first term, you might have learned that you have to place the decimal point here. So it's 2.250 kilograms. Here you have been asked to give it in kilograms and grams. So remember, the number which is in front of the decimal points comes for kilogram and the rest of the numbers comes in grams. So 2 kilograms and 250 grams. So it's very simple. That's all under the conversion of the units of masses. So this will come in handy whenever you are converting the units from something to the other. So remember this as well. Now I'm going to move towards the third and the final topic. So adding and subtracting masses. So now this is also going to be very easy. In order to save some time, I have already written the questions like this. I will be explaining this through the questions only. I hope you all can see this. Right. Now, let me read the first question for you all. Find the total mass of 2 kilograms of rice, 3 kilograms 50 grams of sugar and 500 grams of onion. So, since they are asking to find the total mass, you definitely know that you should add the masses of these. So, when you are adding, since they have given in both kilograms and grams, we will put the units like this. And we will write each mass under this units only, relevant masses under the units. So first one is 2 kilograms of rice. So rice, they do have 2 kilograms. So what do we do here on this side? You put zeros here. It will help you in subtraction. So don't forget, even though they have given you like this, you put zeros in the grams part. So it's 2 kilograms of rice. Then sugar, 3 kilograms and 50 grams. Now how do we write 50 in here? Do we write like this or like this? So remember children, this is the mistake that most of the children do make. So the 50 must be written in this way, not in this way. You might know about the place values, right? So 0 should come at starting from here under the units. So remember, even though they have given you in 2 digits, you write 50 in this way. So you won't forget that. Okay, so I'm writing 50 in 050 in 3 digits. And the third one is onions. Onions, we have 500 grams of onions. So now let's add all three. So addition is simply the same like a regular addition. 0, 5 in here, again 5 in here, and 3 plus 2 is 5. That's all. Right? So the only thing I want you all to remember is make it 3 digits even though they have given you the grams in 2 digits. So you won't make a mistake in writing. Now let's move on to the second question. I'll read the question. The mass of a gas cylinder with the gas is 13 kilograms 250 grams. The mass of empty gas cylinder is 2 kilograms and 75 grams. Find the mass of the gas in cylinder. So first what do we need to do? We need to subtract the cylinder's weight from the gas cylinder plus gas's weight. Am I right? So let's write here gas cylinder and gas. Both weighs 13 kilogram and 250 grams. So what do we need to do? We need to put the units on top. 13 and 250. Now the weight of the cylinder only is 2 kilograms 75 grams. 2 kilogram. How do we write 75 here? You remember what I said before? Write in 3 digits. 075. If it is 750, it doesn't matter. 750. This is 75. So 0, 7 and 5. Now to find the mass of gas only, we need to subtract this. So let's subtract. You can't subtract 5 from 0. Give 1. So 10 minus 5 will be 5. Now here it will be 4. Again borrowing 1 from here, it will be 14 minus 7 is 7. Now here will be 1. So 1 minus 0 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. Then 1 in here. So this is a regular subtraction. Right? So now you know how to add and subtract the masses. So it's very simple. When they give you statement questions, first identify whether it's addition or subtraction. So you might be able to do that. So that's all under the lesson masses. Children, it's a yet another easiest lesson. Am I right? So if you have any doubts, you can ask from the comment section. So I'll meet you in the next lesson. Bye. Have a nice day.